What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Kids Staycation. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than I usually do. Usually it's like something about food or whatever. But I decided that since we're in school, a lot of you are being homeschooled or, doing science experiments at home sometimes because you're like, doing hybrid and whatever. We're going to do our own science experiment today. And we're going to be talking all about clouds. So, first off, I have brought some, we'll do one at a time. I've brought some pictures. I guess this is backwards. But I've brought some pictures of all the different types of clouds. I'm going to explain them to you. And then we're going to do a little experiment with our own cloud. Okay? So, this is a cirrus. C-I-R-R-U-S. So these are high clouds, and they're really feathery, wispy. They usually form like lines in the sky, and they're just kind of like, it looks a little like cotton candy up in the sky. It's pretty cool. But they are formed by water in the sky freezing. Usually, like regular clouds are water droplets up in the sky, but these ones are ice crystals up in the sky. That means it's gotten super cold, super high up, super cold. So the water froze, and instead of just being like little rain droplets, it's like little ice cubes up in the sky. Pretty cool, right? Usually you see these like in winter and whatever because it's so cold. Next up, we've got our stratus clouds. Our stratus clouds are low, they're really low, and they're like really wide blankets. Usually when the whole sky is covered in clouds, like there's no breaks, that is a stratus cloud. They might produce like a small amount of rain or snow, but usually it's just covered and everything. It's not usually raining, but it does make everything kind of gray and dark and gloomy. But they're caused by cold air moving in at a low altitude and then cooling down. So it's like when you have a hot day and then cold air comes in and like it cools down at night, usually that forms stratus clouds. And the next one is stratocumulus clouds. These ones are low and lumpy, and they're usually caused by the stratus clouds breaking up. They usually indicate a change of weather, like when it cools down at night, or like when 1 week is super hot and then the next week is super cold. Usually while it's changing, you'll see the stratocumulus clouds because the weather's changing, right? But these clouds almost never produce rain, which is kind of weird. Next one is cumulus clouds. They're halfway between stratocumulus clouds are halfway between stratus clouds and cumulus clouds, but cumulus clouds sometimes produce rain. Usually they're low and puffy, and they usually are separated and look like little cotton balls, or little pieces of cotton up in the sky. If you've ever seen like Toy Story, the cotton balls if you've ever seen Toy Story, like the clouds that are on the wall or on the box of the movie, those are cumulus clouds. They are usually formed in lines, but like broken up lines. They're called chains. It forms in chains. And they're usually caused by warm air rising. And as it rises, it condenses into water droplets, which gather and form clouds. Kind of cool. And the last type I have is a cumulonimbus. These ones are the thunderstorm clouds. They're formed by water vapor that the air carries upwards. So, say you get a really hot day and you leave, there's a bug on me. So, say you have a really hot day. If you leave a glass of water out, water's going to evaporate. It's going to go upwards because it's heating up, and the water goes in the air. And then once it's in the air, it's going to condense when it gets cold up in the sky. It's going to condense and form a bunch of clouds. These ones, cumulonimbus, are like a collection of the cumulus clouds. They just keep forming together, they keep building together and building taller and taller and taller until it can't hold anymore, and then it rains and lets all the water in the clouds out. And so as the water comes out of the clouds like get smaller and smaller until there's nothing left. Sort of. I am not a meteorologist, but that's kind of what I've gathered from what I've learned today. So we are going to make our own cumulonimbus clouds, and we're gonna see how saturation works, like why the clouds end up raining. Okay, so you're gonna need a cup of water. I'm using this big vase. You can use anything that's like clear that you can see through, but you're gonna have to have a good amount of water and then some space at the top for your cloud. And to make your cloud, you're going to take this, I'm using shaving cream. It has to be like the stuff that comes out as a foam. It can't be like stuff that comes out as a gel, like as a blue gel. Ask your parents, they'll know what this is. You just need white shaving cream, okay? So in your water, the water right now is like a little colder than room temperature. Don't use hot water, it's not gonna work. But room temperature water, and you're gonna shake your foam up, shaving cream up. Woo. And we're going to make our own little stratus cloud, or cumulonimbus cloud, our own little rain cloud. And you're gonna want to take like something and kind of smooth it out, make your own little, make it reach all the sides. So now that it's like kind of sealed all the way through, there, that helps a little bit. I'll turn that so you guys can see. See the cloud right in there. And then I've got a thing filled with blue water. It's just water with some food dye in it. And I'm gonna take my little pipette, or you can use like a turkey baster or something like that. Just something that you can gather water in and squirt it. We're just gonna put our water right over the top. So this is like when the water goes up into the air, it condenses and it goes into these clouds. These clouds can hold a lot of water. The clouds can hold a lot of water. But eventually, it's gonna hold too much water and it just can't hold any more, right? So once it can't hold any more, it's going to rain. I know I'm not the best science teacher, but hopefully you guys kind of understand what I'm saying. Ooh, this one can hold a lot of water. Ooh, it's starting to rain over there. It's just like a little bit of rain at the church, but not at your house, right? Eventually it's gonna start raining everywhere because the entire cloud just can't hold any more. Oh yeah, it's starting to rain. You see that? We'll keep going just a little bit more until it's like a full-on downpour. Oh, so you see that? It's starting to, the blue all over is starting to go down because the cloud just couldn't hold anymore. That's called saturation. The cloud is fully saturated. That means it's full of water, and once it can't hold anymore, it rains. And it has to get rid of some of that water, so it rains. So, I don't know, maybe you guys can come up with some more cloud facts. I'd love to hear them. You guys could always share them down in the description of this video, or in the comments on this video, or on our Facebook page. I'd love to hear your cool cloud facts. And if you do this science experiment, show me, take a picture, put it on Facebook, show me that you did it. Yeah, well, have a good week, guys, and I'll see you guys Sunday.